All right, guys. Today I'm here with Junior Cabrera. He's a Dominican that was raised in the United States, and today I'm gonna ask him a couple of questions about his life in the U.S. versus life in the Dominican Republic. Junior, how you doing?
How's it going, Manuel? I'm pretty good.
Are you doing good? How's the weather in the Dominican Republic? Is it hot?
It's hot.
It's really, really hot. Do you recommend people to come to the Dominican Republic with this weather? Is it good for Americans?
If you like the heat, yeah, or unless if you like coming during off season between December, January.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, brother. You were born in the Dominican Republic, but you went to the United States. What age were you went to the United States?
I left here at the age of 8.
And then you came back at what age?
Um, 40.
So we're talking about like 32 years,
33 years.
33 years in the United States. So you didn't know anything about the Dominican Republic, but you because your whole life was in the United States.
Correct.
Correct. That's good. But I want to go straight to the point. Um, you when you came to the when you went to the United States, to which state you went to?
I went to New York. I went to Washington Heights, pretty much where all the Dominicans go.
Yeah, yeah, that's highly populated by Dominicans, right?
Correct. 95% of Dominicans in Washington Heights.
Um, so are Dominicans or well, Latinos, but I'm talking about Dominicans. Are Dominicans discriminated in the United States?
Yes. Well, we are the reason we are discriminated is because of us not knowing the culture or the language.
Yeah,
Um, it's like any immigrant. You go to a foreign country, people are gonna see you a different way. Kids are gonna pick on you. I got picked on when I was a kid because I was different, you
yeah.
know.
You went to school in the United States.
Correct.
In school, were you victim of racism
Yeah,
by
because
by whites?
whites, blacks, Spanish, like I said, you know, you're different, you're a kid, you know,
You don't know
and you
the
get picked on.
language.
You know the language, they feel like you're from another planet, kids.
Yeah, because you have the whole package, brother. We have the whole package. We are black, we are
Yep,
immigrants, we are Hispanic, and we come from a poor country. So we had like the whole package to be discriminated.
exactly.
Yeah. So you told me that you had an accident in the United States that you almost died. Well, what happened, brother?
Correct. I had a motorcycle accident back in 1995. A friend of mine, myself, we were on a motorcycle. Um, the thing about this accident was day before the accident, I kind of had a premonition. I had a gut feeling, so we call it, that something was going to happen. So I told my friend, I had graduated high school June of 1995. So September 1995, he was still in school. He stayed over my house. I told him, his name was Raphael. I said, Raphael, don't ride the bike. I don't feel good. Just be careful. So we're going towards the school and we come to an intersection. We were supposed to stop. We didn't. So we got hit by a school bus, yellow school bus. I broke my left arm, left leg in two places. If you see here, my face all cut up. Um, it was an experience within itself. I thought I was gonna die. I was knocked out unconscious. I woke up a day later in the hospital with, I said, a broken arm, broken leg. I shattered my forearm bone in my left arm, which I have two metal rods. I broke my left leg in two places, which I had pins. I didn't walk for almost 2 years.
Oh man. Wow, that's really hard to hear. I'm glad that you're alive,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks God. So did you,
Yes.
I know that you went to prison. Did you went to prison before the accident or after the accident?
After the accident, I went to prison in 1999.
I'm not going to ask you why you went to prison, but when you, okay, when you were caught by the police, where did that happen? At your house, on the
I
streets?
actually I actually got indicted, which is called an secret indictment. Um, I got arrested at my mom's house. At the time, I was living in South Carolina. So, and at the time, I was on dialysis, which I had kidney failure. So I was on dialysis. The precinct when I was in South Carolina, they couldn't hold me. So they told me you have 24 hours to go back to New York and turn yourself in. And that's where I was. I turned myself um, in New York. And from there, I was incarcerated to county jail. From county jail, I posed bond 2 months later. I came out and I was fighting my case from the street. From there, I pretty much um, they wanted me to be an informant. I didn't do it, so they wound
They
up.
wanted you to be at the Kashi.
Yes,
They wanted you to
pretty
snitch.
much. They wanted me to snitch. That's not something that code of the street you don't do. So I went in and did my time.
How many years you
Um,
did
I got
in
I
prison?
got
Oh,
sentenced to I got sentenced to 5 years to life. Life at the end because I was convicted under the Rockefeller law. If a lot of you know what the Rockefeller law is,
no, I
then
don't know what it is.
Residential Catalea has 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms beachfront suites. Call or text the Dominican route today for a $5,000 discount on your purchase price. Everything is turnkey for you. We will take you step by step in purchasing your beachfront property in the Dominican Republic. You can use it to live in, rental, Airbnb, or just a summer getaway home. These beautiful properties are located in Guayacanes, Dominican Republic. 20 minutes from the airport in Santo Domingo. Call or text today on WhatsApp 225-409-8806.
okay. So the Rockefeller law is anyone or any person that gets caught or sells 2 or more ounces of cocaine, you get convicted under the Rockefeller law, meaning that you have a minimum time, but you'll have a life at the end, which means that you could do 5 years or you could do 20 years, depending on what the
God damn, bro. But you got 5 years to life. How many fucking kilos you had?
it wasn't a killer. Like I said, it was my case was a drug case. I sold drugs to an undercover cop. But like I said, I got indicted under that Rockefeller law, which it was in effect for a long time. A lot of young Latinos and um, blacks got indicted under that law back in the days, which it got reformed. Is no longer in existence, but that was what I was convicted under.
So you sold cocaine to an undercover cop. Oh man.
Correct. I
Yeah.
got set up. I was selling to someone that someone got caught and pretty much threw me under the bus, set me up with the undercover cop, and that's how I got caught.
So someone is snitch on you, but you didn't snitch on the rest of the guys.
Correct.
Yeah. And then you were sent to which prison?
I was sentenced to. I went from county jail, which that's the Riverhead Correction Facility. I got sent to Elmira Corrections Facility, which is upstate New York. Um, there, that's a maximum security prison. Due to my classification, I was only there for 6 months because I had a nonviolent case. If you have a nonviolent case, you have pretty much the privilege of being in a different prison.
And when you get to prison, I know they um they take your clothes off, they demoralize people. When you go to prison, what's the process before you really get into the yard or to your cell?
Okay, so yes, like you're saying, it's a it's a degrading, dehumanizing process. Why I say that? Because you're taken in, you're stripped off your clothes, thrown into a shower. They throw, which is I forgot. I think the name was lye, which is it's a white powder that they throw on you just to see if they make sure you don't have no lice, no uh, anything that they don't want you to bring in the prison. You're showered there with 30, 40 guys butt naked. You get a haircut, you get a number, which it's like a social security number. You have an inmate ID, which you will remember that ID to the day you die. My ID number was 00B2791, not Junior Cabrera. I was known by an ID number. Okay.
Oh man. So were you
So I say that,
uh-huh.
sorry, go ahead. I do apologize.
No, so when you get to prison, prisons are controlled, not controlled, but they live on gangs, this gang, this gang. So you are segregated by races or gangs. When you get into prison, are you automatically a member of a gang?
No, that all depends on you. Okay. I myself, being Dominican, I was pulled by the Trinitarios. Why? Because I'm Dominican. So they look out for their people, as they always done. Why? Because Dominicans back in the 1990s were killed, raped, jumped because they were Dominican. So Trinitarios were formed to help our people, not as people say, gang. No, it's more of a family, more of being united to help our people. Okay.
For Americans to know, I know Dominicans know what it is, but probably some Americans they don't know what Trinitario is. So Trinitario, it's a family that was created in prison by Caballo. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's the nickname of the person that created the Trinitarios back in the probably 80s or 70s. 80s
It was
maybe?
actually late 89, 90.
89, 90. So
Mhm.
now today it became like a huge, big Dominican affiliation group that has a lot of power in prison.
Correct.
Yes,
But
yes.
to piggyback on that, a lot of the young guys that are leaving prison now are taking the Trinitario and making it a gang, which I say, it was never meant to be a gang. It was just meant to be something to protect our Dominican people. Okay, just like back in the days, Sanchez, Duarte, y Mella, they formed this trinity so we could be not treated or not, enslaved like we were from Haitians, from the French, from Spaniards. You know, same thing, just
Yeah.
to make sure our people was good.
For people to know, Duarte is like it's like Abraham Lincoln for Americans, something like
Correct.
that, right?
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah. Duarte is for Dominicans, but Abraham Lincoln is for Americans. So
Mhm.
another thing, did you witness a fight in prison as a Dominican, as a prisoner?
Oh, that was a regular. One instance, one fight that I would never forget was in the mess hall. Um, the mess hall is where we eat. You have over 200 people eating at one time. There was an altercation where a Latino and a black, his face was cut up, which they call it a buck 50. He gets sliced from his ear down to almost down to his mouth. Seeing that at a young age, like I said, I was 23 years old, but I went to prison. Seeing that scared me. Why I say it scared me because I've never seen the inside of someone's face like I did that day. So it
Yeah.
was an experience within itself, something that I will never forget.
Did you ever see like a famous person, like a big gangster, famous one? No? Did you remember?
Not famous as a gangster. I seen a rapper that I knew. He was, incarcerated with me. Um, but no other. I can't say any other famous person.
In the Dominican
I've heard
Republic,
of people that were in there. Mhm.
yeah, in the Dominican Republic, if you go to prison and you have money, money makes the difference. You're not going to be like a regular inmate. Is that the same case in the United States?
No, because everyone is pretty much the same. Um, when it comes to money, yeah, you have which you have a commissary. You buy your food, your snacks, but your family can also bring you up to 50 pounds of food a month, which that could be anything from canned foods, anything that's has to be sealed. Okay, but I want to say to live in prison, you don't really need money. Like I said, the prison system provides you with 3 meals a day, provide you with, for you to go to doctor, eye doctor, regular doctor. Okay, so you don't have that need of to have money, and you can also work. I worked in prison as a porter. Okay, a porter is someone that cleans the hallways. I got paid 20 cents a week to be a porter. So no, it's
Twen-
not the same,
20
being in
cents,
prison here.
20
Yes,
cents.
20
So
cents a week. You have other industries. You can have Carcraft Industries, which Carcraft is the company that makes soaps. They make the uniforms, prison uniforms. They make uniforms for the guards also. You could work there, or you could work at Department of Motor Vehicles, which they call it DMV, and you get paid more.
what's the race that is most likely to be incarcerated? So you have whites, you have African Americans, you have Latinos, which is us, Hispanics. So what's the biggest race that you see in prison?
I
Black,
want to
what
say like blacks and Latinos. Why? Because we're majority,
in prison?
in prison.
But what do you
Okay,
think if we are minority in the
minority.
society in
Sorry.
the United States, why are we the majority in prison? What do you think?
Because
If you,
society, the system,
yeah,
you
but
know,
what I mean, let me just rephrase the question. Do we commit more crimes, or is it that the system is more likely to sentence me because I'm Hispanic?
I would say, yeah, the crime because of, a lot of us came from poverty, single family homes, didn't have a father, that father figure. So we look to the streets. Okay, granted, we all have choices in life. You have the right choice, and you have, the wrong choice. We all choose that. But seeing that drug dealer, seeing that pimp in the corner, what's gonna catch your eye? School's not gonna catch your eye. Education not gonna catch your eye. You want to be how those gangsters were back in the '80s, of flashing money, jewelry, cars. So you idolize that, just like you idolize a rapper or someone that plays sports, a basketball player, Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be like Jordan growing up. Everybody wanted to be, a movie star. So it's like that. You idolize things, people, and you commit crimes to try to be that way.
So you think that the system actually, the society has black people and Latinos and put us in a situation that we are more likely to commit crimes. It's not that when we go to court, judges are more judges sentence more Latinos than white people just because of the race. It's not the race, it's that we actually commit more crimes, according to your opinion.
Correct. It's not the race. I
Uh,
can't. It depends. It varies, but majority is, like I said, coming from a broken home,
yeah,
poor society. But like I said, once again, we all have choices in life.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you pick the wrong choice, hang out with the wrong crowds, these things will happen. Like I
All
said, we
right.
all have a choice in life.
All right, brother. Well, time is limited, and I don't want to make this too long. I just want to say thank you, brother, for your opinion. You and I have known for a couple of years, and we've been friends like brothers for a while. And thank you. I appreciate your time, brother.
No problem. No problem. It's my pleasure.
All right. So this video is going to be posted for the Dominican Route news in the Dominican Route channel. It's a channel that it's supporting Dominicans and also trying to keep Americans informed on what's going on in the Dominican Republic and, and anything related to Dominicans and Americans. Thank you, brother. I hope I can see you soon.
All right.
Have a
Take care of yourself.
bye-bye, brother.